Have you ever stood on a coastline and felt the weight of history? From the 1500s to the 1800s, the coasts of West Africa were transformed into a network of immense suffering and unimaginable profit. This was the era of the transatlantic slave trade, a dark chapter in human history that reshaped the world forever. Imagine massive imposing forts dotting the shoreline. These weren't built for ordinary trade, they were fortresses of human trafficking. European powers, including Portugal, the Netherlands, Britain, and Denmark, established these strongholds. Names like Elmina Castle and Cape Coast Castle became synonymous with the trade in enslaved people. These forts served as holding pens, where millions of Africans were imprisoned in horrifying conditions before being forced onto ships. Why were these forts so crucial? They gave European nations a strategic and military advantage. They could control trade routes, defend their assets from rival nations, and manage the logistics of this brutal enterprise. Local African leaders were often coerced or manipulated into participating, creating a complex and tragic web of complicity. Inside these forts, families were torn apart, cultures were shattered, and individuals were stripped of their names, their freedom, and their humanity. The journey across the Atlantic, known as the Middle Passage, was a nightmare of disease, starvation, and unimaginable cruelty. Those who survived were sold into a life of brutal labor in the Americas, their work fueling the economies of colonial empires. The wealth built on their backs laid the foundations for many modern nations, while the legacy of this exploitation continues to affect societies to this day. Understanding this history is not about assigning blame, it's about acknowledging a painful truth and honoring the resilience of those who endured it. The echoes of the slave trade are still with us, in our cultures, our economies, and our ongoing struggles for equality and justice. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more historical content. See you in the next video.